Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for a bit of a different video, and not the greatest video to come back to. Obviously you might have realised that I've basically taken a bit of a break. Well, not taken a bit of a break, it was just the international break and there was not much to talk about. So it was kind of a break for me, which I kind of enjoyed because, me and Louis and, all of us at the channel have basically been working non-stop since basically June. Well, all throughout the transfer window, and then obviously season started and we had games every day basically, or like 2 games a week, 3 games a week. So it was a lot of, work basically. So it didn't do us bad to have a bit more time to relax basically. But obviously the games are going to start again on Saturday against Crystal Palace. So, we're back into it. And I'm starting off basically a day earlier than I thought I would because, stuff has happened. But before actually getting into the video, if you wouldn't mind following me on my social media, on Instagram and Twitter, I'd massively appreciate that. If you could help me reach, I don't know, 500 followers on Instagram and maybe even 1,000 on Twitter, that would be quality. Fair few people of you will watch this video, and I'm pretty sure not all of you are following me already. So if you could just click the link in the description below, follow me on there, I just massively appreciate that. But now actually getting into the video. And as you can see from the title, it is about Charly Musonda. We all know Charly Musonda, 20-year-old Belgian Chelsea player. Yesterday night, he posted a very, let's say, interesting picture on Instagram. The picture itself was just black, but the caption is what caused an outrage with the fans for various reasons. So he took the caption off by now, but I have a screenshot of the picture with the caption on it, which you will see somewhere on the screen now. And what he said was, as you can see, you sacrifice, you work hard, harder, you give more than you can because you love what you do, and clearly more than you should. And what do you get back? Literally nothing. Done. However, with this being said, I will continue with the same dedication and commitment to this great game. Adding to this, he also changed his profile picture on Instagram from him in a Chelsea shirt to just a normal picture of himself, and also his bio had basically multiple changes since last night. He's not an athlete anymore, he's not a professional gamer for whatever reason. He took off whatever he'd said in his bio, which wasn't all too interesting, but, took it off or changed it as well. So, all a bit strange. Which first made me think like, what the bloody hell's going on? But then his brother, Charly Musonda, commented on it saying, it's starting to look like they wouldn't know what they have if they had Ronaldo or Messi coming out of the academy. Shaking my head, or shake my head, whatever it means. Which obviously took any doubt away from what Charlie's post was about. It wasn't about the Belgium team or whatever, which some people said it might have been. But that it was clearly about Chelsea and something must have happened. We don't know exactly what happened. One can only assume that he held talks with the club or Conte or both, and was told that maybe he'll be loaned out or even sold in January. But those are all just assumptions. Now, there's a few different angles to look at this in my opinion. If, and I say if, he was told that he would be loaned out or sold, I do understand his frustration. But he could also just have been told that he still isn't ready to play regularly maybe, according to Conte, because he's physically not ready. We don't know. But no matter what exactly happened, no matter what was said to him, or if anything was said to him, venting your frustration on social media will not make the situation better in the slightest. Like, in the slightest. People say to me, he's human, people just vent on social media sometimes. Well, yes, they do. But even for normal people, that can have bad consequences. But, especially as a professional athlete, playing for a club like Chelsea Football Club, earning millions of pounds a year at the age of 20, there are certain things you can't do and shouldn't do that maybe normal people can do. At the same time, there are so many more things that he can do at 20 years old that a normal 20-year-old just can't do and will never have the luxury of ever being able to do. So whether that's just about money or other things doesn't really matter. You're frustrated, Charlie. Well, so be it. Aren't we all frustrated about something? Aren't we all frustrated about something? And if you want to vent your frustration, well, do so, but do it to your friends, not on bloody social media. Because like I said, that will not make things better in the slightest. And there have already been reports coming out that he is facing consequences for his actions with Chelsea. Allegedly, he's been told by the club to do his talking on the pitch and to look at, for example, Andreas Christensen for inspiration. Who, obviously took his time, worked hard, went out on loan to Borussia Mönchengladbach, proved his worth, played there regularly, unlike Charly Musonda at Real Betis, who, under the first manager when he signed for them, played every week, then didn't play anymore, basically when they changed manager, and then picked up an injury. Well, obviously it's unlucky basically that he got an injury, without which maybe he would have, started playing again even under the new manager. But Andreas Christensen went over to Germany, played for Borussia Mönchengladbach every bloody week for 2 years straight, and now he's at Chelsea getting chances and getting more and more chances and taking them when he's getting them. Musonda said, you sacrifice, you work hard, harder, you give more than you can because you love what you do and clearly more than you should. What do you think? No one else does that. Do you think you're the only one that worked hard? Do you think it just fell to the other players? John Terry, according to Antonio Conte, was the best trainer out of the whole squad last season. And John Terry was 35 years old. 35. And you think at 20, Charlie, you can work your ass off for a few months since being called back from loan in January and things just fall to your feet. Like, no. Players at the very top work their arse off every day, every week for a good 20 years. Not about, what, 3/4 of a year? No. It's not that easy. Yes, I get that people say he deserves to play. Well, maybe he does, but we still have a manager in charge that decides that he's not ready to play or that he's not playing him. So you have to work your ass off until you get your chance. And if you don't, well, then you're just unlucky with the manager. What can you do? You can't change it. But going on social media crying about it certainly won't make it better. Even if you're told you're going to be loaned out. Like I said, don't cry about it on social media. Work even harder. Do extra hours. Be the last one to leave the training ground. Do exactly, and I mean exactly, as you're told to do during training by your manager, by all the coaches. Try your absolute hardest to change the managers and the club's mind. So maybe, like I said, change their mind for you to be able to stay. To get more chances. Don't just cry about it on social media. I'm saying it for about 5th time now. As you might realise, I'm getting quite worked up with this because it really annoys me. People say Conte doesn't use the youth. Chelsea doesn't use the youth. Well, Chelsea may not do. But Conte signed and played the Alex Ferguson and Manchester United reject Paul Pogba, who until Neymar signed for PSG for 222 million euros, was the most expensive player in the world now. And Conte signed him at 19 and played him at Juventus. Conte will play a youngster if he feels he's good enough and ready both physically and mentally. And Musonda clearly isn't ready in either of those two departments. Because, I mean, just look at him. He's not ready physically. And people say some other players are small in the Premier League. Well, no, they're not. Look at Hazard. Hazard is about the same height as him, but about twice his width. Is that the word? He can't exactly make himself grow another foot, but, he can certainly grow in strength and, just in physical appearance, and he will need to. And like I said, mentally, he's clearly not ready either. What's going to happen if he plays and misses a sitter? Or a penalty? Or we concede a goal in a massive game? Or a teammate doesn't pass in the ball in a good position? Is he going to run over to the sidelines and post something on social media again? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just cry about small things, and yes, it might be massive to him, but, be annoyed at your friends, tell your friends about it. Everyone has friends. I don't just post stuff on social media when I get annoyed about things. I get annoyed about things in life. Doesn't everyone? Like I said before, I might be infuriating a lot of you with what I'm saying by having such a go at Charly Musonda. But that's just my opinion. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that he just goes on there and just, says stuff like that. Now, at the same time as I don't like what Musonda posted and how childish his behaviour was, in my opinion, if the club are planning to sell or loan him out, we're off our bloody trolleys. I'm not just having a go at Musonda, I'm having a go at the club as well. We don't have enough depth as it is, and you want to loan out or sell another player. Playing for Chelsea clearly means a lot to him, which you can't say about every player. As you could see when he scored against bloody Nottingham Forest. He was incredibly happy, and it was incredible to see. He's an incredibly gifted player. Like I said, he might not be ready physically and mentally. Well, so get him ready then. Don't just give up on him. We've given up on Kevin De Bruyne already. Yes, there was reasons why Mourinho didn't want him anymore, but still we gave up on him. And, kind of bit us in the arse last week, didn't it? When he scored the winner against us. Charly Musonda might be the first talent from the academy, along with Christensen, that might actually be good enough to start regularly for us at the age of 22 or so, since John Terry. Because Chalobah wasn't ready, because he's playing Watford. I doubt that Ruben Loftus-Cheek ever will be. Josh McEachran clearly wasn't, because he's a bloody Brentford or Bradford. Always mix them up. Those weren't either. But Charly Musonda might actually be, so don't give up on him. Yes, loans are sometimes smart, but he came in and performed well. Willian isn't performing well in the slightest. So get him ready physically, get him ready mentally, which, if you loan him out to a club, you can't make sure whether he will be made ready mentally and physically. If he's at Chelsea, we can make sure ourselves, not to loan him out, then we call it back. Oh, it's still the same thing. He didn't get any bigger. He still, still likes to cry on social media. Well, let's loan him out again then, or what? Like, what are you doing? Get him ready, and also, the club want Eden Hazard to sign a new contract. Keep him at the club instead of losing him to PSG or Real Madrid. Well, getting rid of one of his best friends certainly won't help that case, will it? Eden Hazard is a family man. Eden Hazard, you know, that's basically why we signed his brother Kylian Hazard last summer, just to play for our development squad. He's never going to be used in our first team squad. He's not that good, apparently, because, you know, he's 22 and just playing for the development squad, not even part of the first team, so obviously not. You know, we signed his brother basically to make Hazard happy, to Eden Hazard. And now we just want to sell one of his best friends, or loan one of his best friends out, who's clearly then frustrated at Chelsea, which he will then tell Eden Hazard about, who will then be annoyed and is probably less likely to actually sign a new contract. So as you can see, I'm basically pissed off a lot at both parties of this whole pile of horse crap that is going on. Hopefully it's less serious than we all think it is. Maybe Charlie misunderstood and misinterpreted some things that he was told, or maybe the club will change their mind. But knowing our club, Charlie's probably off in January, let's be honest. After everything that has come out, obviously, with his brother commenting on the picture as well, there's not really much room for debate that it doesn't look good, because, you know, as much as I say he's crying on social media, it must have been something big enough for him to be as upset to actually go on social media to vent his frustration. So I hope it can get sorted out. I don't know, but, you know, I definitely hope so. But yeah, leave me all of your thoughts on all of this down in the comment section below. Don't hate me too hard. I know I went in a lot, but, you know, it just annoys me. Like, a lot of things, it just annoys me. Like, there's no need to vent your frustration on social media. It doesn't make things better. I'm saying that for about 15th time in this video already. But yeah, like I said, leave me your thoughts down in the comment section below. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Again, check out my social media, last1507 on Instagram and Twitter. Massively appreciated if you follow me there. Also, subscribe to 100% Chelsea. Massively appreciated if you did that as well. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea. There will be the international watch out tomorrow afternoon, so check that out as well. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea. And I'll see you next time.